Come on, man. What the hell? Oddly enough, as hot as it is right now, it's not that bad if you're moving. It's not that bad if you're moving. So, sitting at a stoplight is kind of annoying. Oh, yeah. Horses! Horses. So yeah, I'll tell you what, it has been kind of a crazy week. It's Thursday. That looks like fun. If it wasn't 500 million degrees out right now. I took this snapshot off of the screen. I took this snapshot off of the screen. It's gonna be hot next week. I mean, like, oh God, I'm gonna die hot. I don't know if you can see that tower. That's something. I have no idea what, but it's something. Anyway, yeah, we got through the 4th of July okay. Man, I'll roll up some fireworks footage here. You can see these are all illegal fireworks here. I know you can't have anything in California because, you know, I mean, look at the place. One errant Roman candle and the whole state goes up in flames. Look at that. That's why they call it the Golden State, not because there's gold here, but because it's so hot, everything dies in the summer. And I do mean everything. Anyway, yeah, everybody was firing off illegal fireworks. I don't know what the heck that's all about. They've been doing it all month. All last month, I should say. They're still setting them off here and there, but it seems like the bulk of it's over. I don't know. Seems like the bulk of it is over. The thought occurred to me that the whole fireworks going off deal was kind of a big middle finger to the man, you know. We'll do what we want. We'll set off all the fireworks we want. You can tape your rules and regulations on this stuff to the fireworks that we're launching up into the sky and watch them go poof. So, I don't know. I like to think that. I don't know that that's the case. Whew. I gotta tell you, I did that SealMate thing on the 1-year service video, showed you that, and that's worked. That has worked. I give it a couple of days. Yeah, your little exhaust is so cool, dude. Oh, I hate that. Anyway, I called her today. I gave it a couple days to make sure. It's looking good. It's fine. Here's a picture of that from here in a little while when I get home. Yeah, that seems to have worked just fine. I called her and told her today, hey, I did this thing. It seems to have worked. It's fine. She said, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it anyway. I'm like, what? She's like, while we've got them on the hook for replacing those under warranty, she goes, let's just go ahead and do it. Because if that thing gives you a problem again down the road, you know, why not just take care of it now? I was like, you know what? I like your thinking. I like your thinking. I'll go along with that. And then I told her about the excess grease, and you can see these pictures here. These are the pictures actually that I'm sending her because she asked me to take pictures and send them to her. But where they were kind of pointing at Adventure Center, where they were kind of pointing at the triple tree and saying, hey, look, this is probably part of this issue with the fork seal. I'm like, okay, well, all right. I got it home and I looked at it a little more closely, and that is not coming up from fork seals. That is coming down from the triple tree, and it looks like the bearings may be, and I don't know if these are sealed bearings. I can't imagine in this day and age anybody using an open bearing for anything. Sealed bearings are so inexpensive compared to what they used to be. They used to be really expensive. And I mean like 2-3 times as much. They're not anymore. Everything is sealed bearings. Everybody's gone to sealed bearings. Everything in your car is a sealed bearing now. It's just the way they do it now. And rightfully so, because it is the way to do it. I mean, they're a better setup. You know, why put a bearing in that you have to pull out and re-lubricate or replace, 3-4 times in the life of the piece of equipment, when you can just put a sealed bearing in and it's good for the life of that piece of equipment. If you're losing sealed bearings, it's probably time to replace that piece of equipment. I mean, I'm not saying it definitely is. It just, come on. I'm gonna slip in behind this guy because I can. And then I'm going to give him a little bit of room. I'll tell you, this place is getting more and more like Los Angeles, and just our traffic and everything. So yeah, I'll send her those pictures that I just showed you. That looks to me like that's coming out of the triple tree. It looks like it's the bearings in the steering part of the forks, and I don't know. And she said, you know what, they use an awful lot of grease when they assemble those. They may have just not got it clean when they brought it in. That's possible. I never noticed it before, but I never noticed it before. It wasn't there. I didn't notice it. So but we're noticing it now, so we'll see. She's going to share the pictures with the tech down there that works on these, and we'll see what he thinks too. And I'm gonna lean on their judgment on that. If they say that needs to be something done, then something needs to be done. So there's the thing. There's the thing. I'll tell you. Look at all that traffic. I just came back from Lebec, and I had to deal with that, and it was worse. It was worse. I think we did all the way from White Lane to Rosedale at like 45 miles an hour on the freeway. 45 miles an hour. Like I say, it's just getting more and more like Los Angeles here. You see all this construction going on too. Just another way that it's more like Los Angeles. We have an actual rush hour, and it lasts for almost 2 hours. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. Pretty aggravating, to be honest. Look at all those holes in the road. They just made this road too. It's already coming apart. Highway Patrol. I'm just doing my job. I'm the Highway Patrol. Anyway, yeah, man. Big, exciting, fun motorcycle stuff right there, huh? And of course it lightens up right here. So that's the big going on with the fork seal thing. It worked. It worked real good, I think. But I'm not going to argue with her on that. I think that is a good idea. Go ahead and get those seals changed. There, I guess they've got the main oil seals. They don't have the dust covers, and they want to replace those too. So she's trying to find that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm really liking these folks so far. It's a good argument right there. As cool as she's being, and it sounds like this dealership is just, you know, that kind of good. Don't ever just hang someone on your first impression of them. Don't ever just hang them up on your first impression. That could just be a fluke or an off day. Always be forgiving and give another chance. Because, you know, we all have a bad day, right? And as you forgive, so shall ye be forgiven. I tell you what, this would be a bad time to get stuck in gear and get up in the back end of that thing. That's one of those giant industrial-sized chipper shredders. They didn't even have one that big at the end of Fargo. If you've seen that movie. I've never seen the whole movie. I was an adult when they watched that at Grandma and Grandpa's at Christmas or something, or New Year's or whatever it was. The whole family was there, the whole extended family. And it just looked terrible. I watched the first 5 minutes of it, and I got up and walked out. And I could have sat there and watched it. I was a grown-up, you know. I wasn't like a little kid where you can't watch this. This is a murder movie. And I just got up by choice. Like, oh my God, this is boring. I went in the other room and hung out with the kids. Hung out with all the little kids. Played video games and stuff. Anyway, yeah, it was a terrible looking movie. But I got up and I walked in right at the end of it, and some dude was shoving somebody else into a chipper shredder. And there was just a big red spot on the snow. I was like, wow. And that thing right there was probably twice the size of that thing. Oh, that still looks like a terrible movie to me. Oh, man. Remember what this is, but I think it's a mosque. There's a big deal about that when they built it, if that's the one I'm thinking of. And you ought to see this. These are like townhomes. I don't know what you'd call them. They're not apartments. They're kind of like duplexes and stuff. I guess there's apartments in there too, but they have a lake in there. They don't have it's like a lake, but it's like a multi-forked lake. It's a man-made thing. Looks kind of cool from the aerial stuff. Anyway, some of the stuff around here. Oh, jeez. Anyway, yeah, big time fun, man. Get the bike taken care of. It's been aggravating. It's been hotter than heck. You saw the temperatures for next week. That's going to be miserable. And everybody's wearing a mask again. I guess they had more COVID outbreak, which is all BS. It's all BS. Even the CDC says, no, don't wear a mask. That's really bad. You don't want to be doing that. Like, okay. No, I really don't want to be doing that. Oh, geez. I went on a job the other day, kind of insisted that I wear the mask. I'm like, yeah, well, okay, you know. But Ben and I went into the pet food store. We were going to get pet food, Petco, PetSmart, whatever it is right up here. We're going to actually drive right by it. Anyway, I walk in, there's a line going to the back of the building. The checker's going real slow, whatever. And there's, you know, dozen and a half people standing there looking at me. The girl says, "Do you have a mask?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, you can't come in without a mask." I said, "Well, then I'll go spend my money somewhere else." I spun on my heel and left. And I did. I spent my money somewhere else. The dogs have to eat. I still bought dog food. I just didn't buy it from them. Heck with that. You know what? I want to see something. If I remember right, this is, oh, what is this? This is Home Depot here, but this used to be Zodi's. There's a store called Zodi's, and we didn't really shop there when I was a kid. We went to Best, which is over in the other shopping center. But if I remember right, I doubt very seriously that I do. But if I remember right, yeah, I think so. This is, no, this is Stein. I'm in the wrong place. Am I? My mom had this old tan car with giant fins on it. Oh, it was so cool. And it was a 1960 something. I don't even remember what it was, a Falcon, or I think that was over in this area. I'm pretty sure it was, well, no, yeah. No. It's one of those things, it's in your head, you would remember it, you know. Maybe it was the next street. We lived down here for a while, and I don't think this is it. Starling Drive. No, I'm pretty sure this isn't that. Yeah, this is looking really familiar. This isn't it though. These are houses. Anyway, yeah, all the damn sheep are wearing masks. The CDC says don't wear it. It's bad for you. It helps spread the damn thing, believe it or not, because it makes you more susceptible to the coof. No! I know where it was. It was over here. I didn't go far enough. Missed that pothole. You get your daily fix of target fixation. Daily target fixation. Yes, 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 yes. This is it. I'm pretty sure. No, these are houses. These aren't apartments. I think it's the next street over. I think it's the next street over. No. No, I'm totally off. I'm totally off. I don't know where I'm at. Yeah, because this was an empty field. It was here. And Trevor lived over here for a while. In these apartments, I think. Man, I'll tell you, you're trying to remember stuff from when you were a little kid. Nah, I'm in the wrong place entirely. That's okay. It's called the magic of editing. I'm pretty sure it was over in this area, though. Yeah, these were the apartments that Trevor lived in. And then we were... Where were we? Down here somewhere. This is a street, isn't it? This is Buckley. This is it. I found it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Buckley, huh? I never knew that. Yeah, we lived in that apartment right there, 4720 underneath it, and number 3 there was where Margot lived. And I remember her. We were little kids, you know. We were little kids, little bitty kids. God, I think I was less than 10. What is all that? Yeah, right where that blue thing is. What is that? That's a Nissan. Right where that blue Nissan is, that's where Mom parked her, I think that was a Ford Falcon. It was tan and it had, yeah. That's where we lived, though. Huh. Isn't that weird? God, I couldn't have been 10 years old. I was probably 7 or 8. I have no clue how old I was. Mom, if you're watching this, and I know you eventually will, you can comment down below and say what year that was we lived there. I think it was in the 70s, but I don't remember. I wouldn't know, you know. Look at all this junk that's popped up here since then. That Western Dental building's been there forever. That was there then. This was Zodi's. I think they knocked that building completely down and built this one for the Home Depot. The Home Depot. We can do it together. Something like that. Anyway. Starbucks, all this stuff. For a while, Best got so big that was like the toys area where Ross is. That was just a toy store for Best. And at Christmas time they did that. It was like overflow, and that whole thing was full of toys. Remember back in the 80s when Reagan was president and the economy was booming and good and everybody had money to spend and they bought toys for their little kids? You know? I'm not making political commentary there. But I will make some political commentary for those of you who get all butthurt about it. I was flipping through the deal yesterday and I saw Kanye West is running for president. President Yeezy. So I'll tell you what. If it was between Kanye and Biden, I would vote Kanye all day long and twice on Sunday. I'll grow a mustache, trim that thing twice, and vote 3 times. I'll vote for Kanye over Biden as pervertus. Oh, man. President Yeezy. Some guy says down in the comments, here's your campaign slogan, Kanye. Yeezy does it. Oh, man. I tell you what, I'll tell you what, Biden says, if you don't know if you're voting for me, let me tell you, you ain't black. Well, let me tell you why I like Putin. I like Vladimir Putin. I mean, he's our enemy. But he doesn't have to be, you know. But the thing is if you go back and you watch him in his political speeches, his stump speeches and that kind of stuff, if you go back and watch him and listen to the translation of what he's saying, I like that dude. He is a pro-Russia Russian. He rails against the New World Order, and Russia will be its own independent force in the world. Russia will set its own course, and Russia will eke out its own destiny. He goes on and on about that in several different speeches. You probably don't know that because you didn't listen to him. But you don't have to get a translator to go back and listen to Biden. And you can find that stuff. It's popping up online again. Joe Biden is a racist piece of shit. And I say those two things separately. He is a racist and he's a piece of shit. No two ways about it. You don't need to take my word for it. All you need to do is go back and watch his old speeches and the things he says and look at his voting record. And I'm going to tell you, if you're voting for Biden, you ain't paying attention. You just straight up not paying attention. You voting for Biden, you just wanting the D. And baby, you're going to get the D. You're going to get the D big. Hugely, without the H. Hugely. So anyway, if it was, I'm looking at Kanye's basic platform, and I don't agree with 100% of it, but who do you agree 100% with? I don't agree with myself 100% of the time. Take anything I said 2 years ago and look at it, I might not agree with some of that now. I may have changed, may have learned something, right? That is kind of the goal, is to learn stuff as we're going. Anyway, President Yeezy. I love it. All right, guys, there's a little ride around town. There's a little ride around town and some political commentary for those of you who don't enjoy it. For those of you who do enjoy the political commentary, calm down. Be cool. That wasn't for you. That was for the Butthurt Brigade. Oh, wow. They did a shit job on those headlights, didn't they?
He didn't do them. He said when it cools off, we can take it over there and they'll do it for us.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.